everybody. Hey, Oracle. Good morning. How are you doing? Hope, you've had a good morning so far. I am barely getting up. And I've been awake for 2.5 hours. Sorry, my webcam is never where I want it to be. Doing okay. I'm just tired. I'm trying to get myself to wake up earlier than I usually do. Try to get myself into that habit, and I'm not liking it one bit. Like, oh my god. I feel so much more tired than usual. And all I did was just slash a half hour off of my sleep. But how are you doing? Sorry, I just really like the menu music. You all know that. I've said that quite a few times, I think. I've always liked the menu music. It is very, very calming and gives you that, like, feeling of nostalgia. Even if it's your first time hearing it, you just can't help but feel like, you just feel like at home with this. It brings you back. So far, so good. I'm happy I have the day off. Nice, nice. Enjoy your day off. I am stuck and out of work for 21 days because, yeah, we're one of the casualties for the new restrictions, so we're shut down for 3 weeks. Whatever. I'll just stream more. I'll keep myself occupied. Okay. So, yeah, we are back again with Katawa Shoujo. It has been 2 days since the game turned 10 years old. And I'm still not on the last route that I want to be on. See, I'll take care of my mom today. We'll do another sub and have I can finally afford my medication. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's very, very important. Yep. 2 days ago, the game turned 10 years old. It was a pretty big thing. One of the developers even was actually streaming the game. He just had it on auto mode and would just choose options whenever, but he had like a whole bunch of the other people that were working on it in a Discord call with him, and they were just, talking about it. Everyone just kind of reminiscing about just their time working on it. Some people who had just played the game were part of the Discord call, talking about how it affected them. There was a brief little hashtag Katawa Shoujo 10 on Twitter, where people just, again, recounted their experience with it. I had my own. How this game made me cry. Or, like, this is the first game that actually made me legitimately cry. I mean, I've clearly put a lot of time into this. If the, timestamps of the last save before the end of each route is any indication. I've done all the actual routes. There's just one more pseudo route to go through. So I'm gonna try to work my way through it and up to it. Sorry, here work was a COVID casualty. Did have a COVID case. We were staying open so far. I mean, we've had a few people have to stay back because they've, just stay home because they ended up having it as well. But it's just the new restrictions they put in place. We were forced to just, be shut down for 21 days. We have to, like everybody else. Plus, if we even stayed open, we probably wouldn't get that much business anyway, because all around us are restaurants, which cannot have indoor dining, so there's no reason people would be walking in. So we're just taking this time to all just kind of rest and recuperate after the hell that was the holiday season. See if they streamed and thought back to it. It's nice that the game stood against the test of time, you know? And all from a game that came from a bunch of random people that decided to come together from 4chan. Holiday of Hell sounds like a metal band. Oh, it was nutty. The holidays were pretty nuts, especially with, you know, COVID go around and people having to call in saying, yeah, sorry, I tested positive, I gotta stay home. So we were like short-handed while going through one of our busiest times of the year. With also a mostly new staff too, so whew. You know what, we survived, that was the important part. But yeah, a game that had it start from a single picture at the back of a dojin that then got translated, posted on 4chan, and then so many years later, a bunch of random people actually made it happen. And it is so well written, so well scored, and just it hits you in every possible way. Talk about humble beginnings. Yeah, just a Japanese artist just kind of like drew random sketches at the back of a dojin. It's like, huh, what if there was a visual novel or dating sim where you're trying to date girls with disability, like physical disabilities? Then just years later, someone translated it, colored it, threw it onto 4chan, and people started just kind of talking about it. First doing the usual 4chan thing, and then people like, wait, what if this was actually a game? And it took off from there. And well, 10 years ago, they released it. And it is still 100% free. It's still free on their site. It just got added to Just USA, which is nuts. So even if, you know, Katawa goes down, if there's the site goes down, they no longer decide to renew the license for it, it's up on Just. I need to study this down when I make a feels EVN. Honestly, it's good. Especially as a visual novel to maybe get you into visual novels, this would be a good one. It takes a concept that you feel like could be just turned into a joke, but it takes itself 100% seriously. It does not make light of any of the disabilities the girls and the main character have. It's about the people, not about what makes them different. Do I even have the picture anymore? I'm gonna just quickly search my things to see if I can find something I used when I ended off the last true route last year. I might have actually deleted it when I purged a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I already purged it. Oh, no, there it is. It's also beautiful, is not even brand new VAs do all cast of girls have disabilities. Heck, even the main character has a heart condition, correct? Yep. The game literally starts off with him being confessed to, and that causes him to have a heart attack. And he finds out he has arrhythmia. So he's more or less forced to go to a school that could better take care of him if something were to happen, and then that's when he meets the 5 girls. Start from the little chibi pictures. We'll start from the top and then go over to the right and down until we finish them off. So, sorry. We've got the tall blonde-haired Lily, who is blind, but is incredibly independent. Her blindness does not hold her back in any way, really. At least she doesn't allow it to. You got the short little Emmy, who has no legs, but is a track star, so full of energy. You have the shy and timid Hanako, who's got severe burn scars all over her body. And you just can't help but love her. But you don't want to coddle her. Then you've got the very, very stern, but in her own way caring Shizune, who is deaf. She can't hear anything, but she makes herself heard through her actions and her translator, Misha. And then we have the mysterious Rin. She has no arms, but she is a hell of an artist. And just... you really go on a trip when you listen to the stuff Rin says. Yeah, I found the picture, so I'm just gonna kind of read it quick, because it helps to perfectly encapsulate what Katawa Shoujo is. So it's actually not about seducing and nailing disabled girls. The girls happen to have disabilities, but the more you get to know them, the more you come to realize that they are girls just like any other. They are humans with hopes and dreams and messy, fucked up insecurities about being alive and happy. They're not strange people. They're regular, ordinary human beings who feel the way they feel, not because they're disabled, but because they're ordinary. They're the universal allegory for humanity. The archetypical human. The mess you become when you feel sad and alone and unworthy. They're the girl next door, the prom queen, the bookworm, the tomboy, and all the baggage that comes with that. Nothing more or less. They resonate with you because you recognize your flaws and needs and desires and triumphs and victories, and those are the loved ones you know and care about. You want to make them happy because you want to make them happy because you want them to be happy because you know them and are them. And in some way you believe everyone you love deserves to be happy. You are not alone and you are not strange. You are you and everyone has damage. Be the better person. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's just a nice little... that kind of wraps it up real nice. I was just reading off a picture. But it's so true, honestly. This game, honestly, it kind of makes you reconsider everything you think and do. Just in general, like, really makes you just kind of sit and think. And I will say, just out of the bottom of my heart, Lily is best girl, no matter what. Do not at me. Lily is my girl, and, well, I mean, she's the one that I had to pause stream so I could stop crying for. Even though it was my second time going through her route. The same part still got to me. But right now, we're not going to be in it for the feels, mostly. We're going to be in it for the last route, quote unquote. Which I should probably get started because, oh my god, it has been 20 minutes. What the hell? So, as a recap of what happened when I played through last time, we were introduced to our main character, Hisao Nakai. He was confessed to by someone he actually had a crush on, and immediately had a heart attack. 4 months later, he is finally able to get out of the hospital, and he's more or less forced to go to Yamaku Academy, a school that will specialize in taking care of students with physical disabilities. They have nursing staff on 24/7. They're close to a hospital. All that jazz. He's not super happy about it because, well, he's very sadness on steroids right now. "2022 is the year I want to love myself." Yes. Yes, love yourself, Oracle. Love yourself as much as, your community loves you, if not more. Yeah, his heart literally could not take it. Just the stress of hearing it just screwed him up. He's had a heart condition his entire life. He just did not know about it until that moment. That is literally how, like, the first minute of the game starts. Confession, heart attack, opening title. So this is going to be after his first day there, where he's gone to his class, met his teacher, met Shizune and her translator, Misha. Also briefly met our neighbor, Kenji. We're going to be seeing a lot of Kenji in this route. I'll tell you that right now. So I hope you like Kenji as 4chan incarnate. That's what he is. He is purely here as comedic relief. Takes right in the kokoro too literally. Yeah, way too literally. That's better. Alright, I think I have now stalled way too long enough, so let's just load it back up. I'll try to get through as much as I can today, because I would love to be able to finish this off today, finish this off by tomorrow. Because this will be a little shorter, and I can go a little longer than I could back then. I also don't have to kind of be flabbergasted by things at most points anymore. Alright, so this is day 2 for Hisao. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed, it's me who's supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like I'm dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure the others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Yeah, you ask the deaf girl who cannot hear you. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Oh, God, frickin' Misha. I'm halfway done my tea, and I'm only 20 minutes in. R.I.P. my throat. Especially with Misha.
Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, He-chan.
My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right.
Oh, that's right. Everyone's encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too.
I'm never getting used to doing her voice, I'll be honest. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Insert wahaha here.
I don't know, He-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from the area, so...
She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy.
Huh? Oh. Who cares?
Oh, God. Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud.
Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival inevitably change with time. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games to play to win prizes.
Oh, God. I still cringe. I still cringe when I do that. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Is it sad I'm starting to miss Fruit of Grisaya and all of its in-your-face, dialogue? Because at least that was voice acted by actual voice actors. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care.
We are in the middle of class, and we should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right! He-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club?
And oh my god, the Shizune face is back. That fucking face. I love it. That damn face, I love it. I love it so much. Where's that? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. Doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything?
He-chan? Is something wrong?
Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, nothing.
Okay. Well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you?
I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really.
Do you want to have lunch together then?
Sure.
Yay!
Answer wahaha here. I am not going to do a wahaha, okay? Because she says it too often, I will kill my fucking throat doing it. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay, He-chan. Perfect!
The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything.
Yes, it is, He-chan.
Impossible.
Really?
Really. I've noticed this before. It's kind of funny how Misha's always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really... Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing. It'll take some time to get used to. Yeah, she is talking to you, so look at her. Misha is just, you know, like her megaphone. Misha is her TTS. Excuse the phone. I'm hoping someone will pick it up shortly. Okay, and we're good now. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me, as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I've never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze.
Are you sure, Hee-chan?
Very sure.
You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them.
Insert wahaha here. Misha pushes. Why did I say Misha? I had the two of them confused because they're like almost always in the exact same scenes together. Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten I was supposed to have lunch with them.
Where do you want to eat?
The cafeteria?
That's so plain. Okay, let's go.
Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I'd like to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates at boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier.
So, Hee-chan, you want to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first.
Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech.
Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in?
I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot.
There is a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right. But it seems like they have all the members they possibly can have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan. It's a really popular club. Okay. But more to the point, Hee-chan, does this mean you don't have anything already in mind?
Not really.
Good! Great! That's great, He-chan! Really great!
Insert wahaha here. Why is it so great?
No reason. Well, He-chan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student Council!
Oh, God. Oh, the fucking student council. Oh, my God. I don't want to go through that hell again. Not right away. I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Why is she not laughing? Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says.
Right. He-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join.
Why?
Well, for one, we can hang out every day, He-chan. She-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, She-chan is the president.
Yep. Student Council President Shizune Hakamichi. Rules it with an iron fist. If she could chain students to the desks to keep them studying, she would. If she could literally have them at gunpoint to play games, she would. She is very, very demanding. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about with this. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha.
Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to...
So you're admitting that...
No, we admit nothing. I mean, He-chan, of course it'd be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, He-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, He-chan?
Oh, God. They just bombard you with questions and asking. It's like, join the student council, join the student council, join the student council. I'm sorry if I blew out anyone's ears. If my mic even picked that up. I can't tell if she's being genuine or if she's really good. She's just really good acting. I can't even read today. I can't read. Shit! Ha! The benefits. The scroll wheel on the mouse lets you scroll back. You'll even have the music cues go back to what they were beforehand, which is really handy. I really like that. I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they're already pretty cute to begin with. Well, yes. Well...
So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, He-chan.
What? No!
Ah, see, She-chan? Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owes me a candy now.
You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Then what are we playing? Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Insert wahaha here.
That's interesting, He-chan. Let's play a game.
That's not what I said.
How about Rich Man, Poor Man, He-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council.
No, absolutely not.
Ah, why not?
Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage. So I will have to decline.
He-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad.
Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin.
In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council.
No!
How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man, Poor Man?
Paper football?
Yeah! It's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, He-chan.
Jesus Christ. I forgot how much this goes on for.
And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shi-chan?
Insert wahaha here.
That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men.
More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not gonna play that either. Just the fact you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it.
Yeah, that's true. How did you know, He-chan?
Morning, Nichols. How you doing? Hope you had a good morning so far. I am almost out of tea, and I am voicing Misha. I don't have a throat anymore. I'm not going to. Good. Sounds rough. It's been a while since I've had to voice Misha. I don't miss it. I'd get you to make another tea, but yeah, you gotta contribute to the community goal. You're throwing literally every banana you got at it. Let's see, where are we at right now? How many points is that? I'm gonna see how much of this has been strictly just you. So close. Oh, I mistyped a number. So it's 65384. Damn it. Ugh, I cannot math today, apparently. Okay, 65384 minus everything that you yourself have contributed. 3, 5, 3, 5, 4. Mm-hmm. God, I miss this music. Alright, of all the points contributed so far, Nichols, you alone have raised about 54% of it. Yeah, you've contributed over half of the points already. Just yourself. But yeah, we're nearly there. Again, reminder everyone, we do have a community goal to get me to play Fallout New Vegas. Gotta get to 75k. We are currently at 65, a little over 65k. So nearly there, 87% of the way. And there's currently 14 days left on it, so 2 weeks. I think you guys can do it in 2 weeks, probably, more than likely. And remember, how do you get, bananas? Just by watching. Just watching, yeah, get them. Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say I'm happy with her attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kinda like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, it isn't really that bad. You do get a girlfriend for a bit out of it, but then you gotta deal with drama between two best friends.
Okay, He-chan, how about Risk? The game of world domination!
I don't know what that is.
It's really fun, He-chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything.
Sounds like Shizune would be good at it.
If you want to play, we can after school. Ah, really, She-chan? We can just play for fun. He-chan. She-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached.
Well, okay.
Okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, He-chan.
Wait, why there?
Because that's where we keep the game.
Answer wahaha here. Oh yeah, haven't missed those. I haven't missed the coffin fits. That was the last of my tea. I grimace to tell them how much I don't like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we go back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? It doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. Insert wahaha here.
What's wrong, Hee-chan? That's right. We're just gonna play a game of Risk, remember?
I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Oh, you'll be tied down, all right. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still. For some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being on top of me seem so silly. I seem a little silly.
That's not true, Hee-chan. Shi-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed.
Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table at the center surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old-school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early?
No.
What do you mean, no? Does it mean no one else is coming today?
Yeah, that's right.
Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically.
Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up.
While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from 2 fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Seriously. Okay, someone got it. Everyone chooses a phone now, don't they?
He-chan, She-chan wants you to know that you're taking too long to make a move. She-chan also says that she'll let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council.
I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact she would dangle that over my head as an offer means she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no!
She-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council.
So competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. Oh my god, I still like as much as I'm annoyed having to voice it. I do still like this whole sequence. I like a lot of Act 1. Yes, we all agree. Baron is an idiot. I don't know if that managed to get through the soundtrack or not. I know I at least heard it. I hope you guys heard it. Yeah, it wouldn't let me actually write down idiot as the name for the sound alert, so I had to put what. And that was when I was playing through Doki Doki Blue Skies. Can't remember the full context. I think it might have been... we were definitely talking about Game Baron, not me Baron. We were talking about Game Baron. There's a difference. It seems every Game Baron is a dense motherfucker. Or a creep and a weirdo. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Meh.
Magnanimous?
She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing.
Wait, please slow down, She-chan. He-chan? She-chan says you're going to lose.
Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion.
Okay.
I never get... I still love that frickin' face on Shizune. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief.
She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't.
Yeah. Alright, because I need to get literally no brownie points with people, if I can help it. I need to choose the options that get me nothing. And in this case, and as you can see, I've already chosen both at some point, which I do like about that. It actually keeps track of choices you've made previously. Very clearly, with, a literal goddamn check mark. So I need to play defensively in order to get no points. It's likely that she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense set up, and I'm not going to wreck it by doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. Insert wahaha here.
He-chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean She-chan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5-army bonus, but you can attack it from three fronts, so you must defend them all.
Yep, you get a massive bonus, but you gotta have people over at Alaska in order to stop people coming over from Kamchatka. You gotta have people over at Greenland to stop people coming in from Iceland. And you have to have people down in, I think they just called it Southern North America or Southern United States. It's basically just the Mexico area on the map to stop people from coming up from Venezuela and Peru. It's very hard to defend. One that's a little easier to defend, though, is Australia. It can only be entered through one spot. So if you can capture the entry point and also build up defenses beyond it as well at that first actual Australian territory, you're pretty solid. Because they'll have to break through Siam to get to, I think it is New Guinea? I could be wrong, though. I can't remember the risk board off the top of my head. So you could really turtle down in Australia if you're lucky enough. And then if you got some troops in other areas, you can kind of, thin out the other forces. Try to divert their attention. Not a great strategy if there only ends up being 2 of you. That's something you want to try to accomplish early game, when there's still a lot of people on the board, so they're all fighting amongst each other, so you have that chance to turtle up in Australia. I used it and won the last game I played. I also had a lot of other places too. It got pretty hit and miss, but Australia was definitively mine. And I mean definitively mine. No one was breaking through. When they tried, they got as far as taking Siam. After that, they were too depleted to continue on, because I just kept piling and piling troops. And then I unleashed the Horde.
I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, He-chan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition, ambition. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, He-chan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, He-chan.
Damn, what's to her if I play too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face.
I wonder if you'd be any good for the student council.
What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case.
Giving up just like that? I expected more from you.
Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the council? Yes. Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at clubs before I decide.
Really, He-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I want. I'm just not sure I want to.
Ah. Okay, He-chan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. Come on! We could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless we graduate before that.
That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Insert wahaha here.
Surely you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe we could play a game you know then, to give you a handicap.
I might have said that just to make you feel better after all.
Ah, that's cold, He-chan.
I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Hey, Jose, how's it going, buddy? Makes me not want to join their club. It's not even the club, it's joining the actual student council. There's a reason they're the only two student council members we meet. There's a reason. And there's a reason they're trying so hard to get us to join. Sorry? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. Yeah, all is good over here. How about you? Good to hear all's good there. With you? Things are going pretty okay, I'd say. I mean, I'm out of work for 3 weeks because new COVID restrictions in my part of the world. But I'm taking it as best I can. Means I can just stream a little more often, so bonus, more time with all y'all.
It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is?
No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Ugh. Alright, that's done. And I know what's coming next, and you're gonna see me have a fucking massive smile on my face again, people. I mean a massive one. Nichols knows. I think Nichols knows who's showing up next. One flight of stairs up, and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is, the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them? Or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though, just barely ajar so I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though is much easier to open than I'd anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head ever further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek "hello" on my lips is quickly snatched away. My heart's actually kind of racing a little. Oh god. That's actually kind of weird. It's just a game, but it's the anticipation of knowing who's behind this door is getting to me. That's how much this game has affected me. This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. Girl Lily. And her fucking theme. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Oh fuck, I forgot what kind of voice I did for Lily. Hello there. May I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a separate being from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Okay, I gotta look it up again. I cannot remember how tall she is. But I don't think it's nearly as tall as he's thinking. Okay, she's 5'7". Yeah, she is 5'7". And that is the tallest girl he's ever seen. That's pretty sad, bro. I'm 5'6". Lily is taller than me. Hi. Sorry for intruding. I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step toward the other seat opposite her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. Well, okay. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That, and the slight cloudiness to her eyes, means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office.
I take it you're a new student to Yamaku?
Yeah. I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. Yeah, she's not going to see you bowing, but at least, just do it anyway.
I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you.
Hisao. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup.
Would you care for a drink?
Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. Seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. Not exactly sanitary, but you gotta do what you gotta do. She can't actually, quite literally cannot see how much water she's putting into the cup without touch. Jesus Christ. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I'd never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink.
So,
her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Fuck. Words! I need to get that to be an emo. Just words. I say it too often.
which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school.
The school library. Shizune and me... some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring the water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it's being stirred.
I'm aware of Miss Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no?
That's right. In the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand.
He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do.
As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Bruh. Tea is life. You don't just choke it down. That stuff is just smooth. Unless you decide to get a bitter tea for whatever reason. But hey, it is what it is. Thanks, Sato. Tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face.
Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal.
She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes.
Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the 3rd floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students.
I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it.
My. There's no need to change your speech on my account.
It's gonna be... great. Now Lily's the one I'm gonna be constantly swapping how I do her voice. Whatever. Give me a break. It's been a while since I've had to do this. I'm amazed I can still do fucking Misha's voice. Sure. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here.
An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions.
Category, which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at.
I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea.
Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune's blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join?
The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs.
At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. You did it in Rin's route, and then said you were gonna quit, but stayed anyway. Thanks for contributing your points, Mary. I know I appreciate it, and I sure as hell know Nichols appreciates it. Hope you're having a good morning so far. Yeah, yep. I expected no less. I wonder if this school shares the same rules as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club?
It isn't, though it is encouraged.
Ah, good. That's a relief. Gonna make myself a tea. You enjoy that tea. I'm tealess. In a scene where the characters are drinking tea. Ugh. Really let my guard down around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, time's gone quickly.
Sorry.
Right. She's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time.
Sorry, Hisao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long.
I quickly move to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case.
True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays.
A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her.
It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is?
I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Which they seem to have a habit of doing.
It's all right. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you.
This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped into the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together, we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers, we slowly walk through the hallway. Doesn't take us long to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with a distinct smell of old books, giving the place an almost old-world air. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Oh, and now we get Yuko. Just supporting character, but oh my god, you feel for her.
Yuko, are you here?
She says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail.
Aww.
The Origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention.
Hi, Lily. How can I help you?
Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head.
Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and while I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me.
Oh god. You're just a ball of nerves.
Are you alright? I'm sorry. I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me.
Oh god. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter.
Yes. Worse things have happened.
God, fucking Yuko. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around on the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly.
Lily, did you get my message? Message? Oh, the 2 important books that arrived. Right! They finally came in. I can't believe it took so long, but...
Amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does.
Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book? Or return one? I'm sorry.
God. Yuko. Yuko is the epitome of college student. Nervous college student. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling.
He's with me, Yuko. He's with me. Yuko, this is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian.
Pleased to meet you.
Hisao. Right. Hisao. Pleased to meet you too. Hisao.
For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget.
Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library?
Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror.
Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility.
God damn it, I love it. How it's any responsibility at all, I don't get. But her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are.
But...
So, there are a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work, at least partially, as Yuko seems to... not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense.
Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio.
Makes sense, given all the blind students that'd be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place?
Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome, and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job.
God damn it. I had so much fun with Yuko. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then, if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me.
Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's all right with you.
My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. Guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is. A library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lillian snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. Oh, my bitrate is going to the shitter again. I would love to know why it does that all the time. So, just, kind of start and stop the stream if it's stuttering. And it should be fine. It's going back for me now, at least, on my end. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of several beanbags. Ah, little Hanako. It's the dark-haired girl from my class. The one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking toward the mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts, looking scared scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not a half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands, before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. Alright, we need no brownie points. So I just have to straight up introduce myself. Which is... yeah, we do not apologize, we just straight up introduce. Hi, I'm new here. Asao Nakai. We're in the same class. I just transferred here the other day. Maybe you don't remember? The girl still doesn't say a word, but simply stares at me, wide-eyed. I'm still getting used to the place, so I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. So, what's your name?
Hanako.
Her speech is stuttering and so quiet that it's barely audible even in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, eh? So what are you reading? She gently tips the book backwards so I can read the title, at the same time hiding her face behind it. She must have noticed me staring before. Life of Pi? I've never heard of it before. What's it about?
A boy and a tiger on a boat.
I can see this taking some time. Sounds interesting. Is it any good? She nods from behind the book, but stays silent. She looks kinda tense. A bit like Yuko earlier, but in a different way. More like petrified with terror, I'd say. And now she's shaking. So the mysterious delinquent girl turned out to be anything but. And she's quivering in a way that makes it look like she's mortally afraid of me. She is. She straight up is terrified. The only way out of this, as far as I can tell, is to try to get a normal conversation going. Is it a library book? I'm looking for new ones to read, but there's just so many.
No, it's mine.
Oh, so do you come here often? A huge, huge blush spreads on Hanako's face, and her eyes widen far larger than I thought was possible for her eyes to do. Uh-oh. Does she interpret my lame attempt at small talk as a feeble attempt to pick her up? I mean... I didn't mean it like that.
I gotta do something.
God damn it. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see... notice a girl run past here?
Maybe. What did she look like?
Long, dark hair, kinda shy. She had... well, some scars on her face.
You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you?
Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something.
Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back.
What's going on?
I'm sorry, but I'll explain it to you some other time.
Right. I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong?
What did you do?
Nothing! I just talked to her. Tried to get to know her. Didn't even manage to get started. Yuko sighs and looks awfully bothered, even more so than she did before.
I guess you weren't wrong, so much as tactless.
Tactless?
That girl's a bit of a special case. It's like she never really talks to anyone.
Isn't that a bit strange?
I wonder. It's just how she is, I think.
Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. Perhaps I was being a little tactless after all. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it.
I think it's an elephant, only if you feel that way.
I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. I make a smile, and she blushes heavily.
What? Did that sound stupid?
No. It sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desks really like doing that.
Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope it's not too inconvenient for you.
Oh, yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because... I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter.
Wow, you read a lot, don't you?
I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else.
I see.
But she doesn't say anything else, and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock.
Who is it?
I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously.
Who's me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again?
His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we met before. Yesterday.
I don't think so. I'd remember someone if I only met yesterday. When was that? What day is it today?
I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what?
Prove that we've met before.
You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear.
How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one of two things. Either we have met, and you're telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or you are a spy.
He pauses.
A psychic spy.
His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic.
How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader.
Kenji points a finger in my face damningly.
Unlike you!
Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room.
Lies. If you think you can pass this out because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding?
I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh.
Stay there.
Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage, even if he did.
Oh, wait, I see it now. Damn, really is you.
Sighing again, and then once again for good measure, I step back just in case.
What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong?
I don't know. Just has something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either.
That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in.
I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us.
See? This is how it is, this world. There is no justice. You see? Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose the lesson.
What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand.
So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face?
It's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Well, literally two. She actually ran away from me. It was my fault, really, I think. I'm not really used to all this yet.
A girl? A cute one?
Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair. But the face... I guess it could go either way. You know, my real answer, yes. I mean, have a clip of it me saying, yes, she's cute. She's a precious little cinnamon bun that must be protected at all costs. But I can't have any brownie points, so I have to say that she wasn't cute. Sorry, Hanako. Not exactly cute, no.
There are a lot of cute girls here. Strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen?
I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets?
Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark. Like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60-40.
He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing.
Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad. But that is a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream. But no! What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready?
I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting out now. No, I am not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not.
I believe that this school is a battleground, the site of a feminist infiltration. This disparity in the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they have come. In case this Cold War turns hot, they will have the superiority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the internal war against the forces of the feminists. They're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber men. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, women are the majority by a hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of a military was always the clearest sign of imminent war. Japan is just the first step. Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The perfect target. They're so cunning, as expected of women. Soon, the day will come when...
Kenji's voice trails off ominously.
That's why you can't trust them. They'll string you along, and then kill you, just as they killed me. You will end up just like me.
Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out.
Hey! What the hell does that mean?
You said it, not me. It's the best I can think of.
So? You're not supposed to say something like that! Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy.
Stop it. Stop! I lost you way, way back there somewhere. Somewhere around feminist infiltration.
Too hard to follow? It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room. And puppets. You like puppets?
No puppets.
You don't like puppets? Okay. Graphs are still cool though, right?
He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong.
Something on your mind, dude?
Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset.
You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. That's my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It would invalidate the whole last part. And that part is kind of important. There can only be one. Like in that foreign movie, where there can only be one. And in the end, there was only one dude left, because that was the point.
I've never seen anyone talk so heatedly and so defensively about absolutely nothing before.
Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs. I also have a list of the other dark and complex conspiracy that this school holds, as tangled as... Quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal.
I'm gonna go to bed now. It's extremely late.
That doesn't sound like an analogy. But whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracy to them. Denial is a terrible thing. Later.
He claps me on the back and then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly, it's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked through it like a ghost. I don't know if I can fully digest what happened, so I give up and just go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into the bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are cool and comforting against my cheeks, and it feels good just laying there with my eyes closed. This school is like some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's isolated on top of a mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. One would think that fitting in a place that's made for people who are unfit for anywhere else would be easy. Oh, he's bitter. He's bitter about everything. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Although I say that, it doesn't help take the edge off, and words are left echoing off the empty walls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place really is more a school and less a hospital pretending it's a school than I thought it would be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye, seeing the school books and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desk. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. Alright, perfect. Alright. I would love to continue, but I have to do some stuff, unfortunately. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to try to go longer. I'm probably not going to be able to get to where I want to go in the last stream I have. So, yeah. Tomorrow probably won't... Yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely not going to be able to finish off the route that I'm trying to do. Because there's still a bunch of Act 1 to go. I mean, let's see. Let's just looking at the flow chart here. And... yeah, kinda. It's gonna take me a little while. I think. Yeah, I still got a bit to go. That's okay. That's why I have tomorrow. Thanks, Mary. I hope you enjoyed the voice acting. You finally got to hear the range I have. Quote-unquote range. Oh, I still cringe whenever I do it. But whatever, I still also enjoy it. So yeah, tomorrow, 10 o'clock is gonna be more Katawa Shoujo. I'll try to go for a little longer, so long as 1, bitrate holds out, 2, nothing else comes up. But you never know, life is life, things happen. We'll see, though. I have a schedule posted on Twitter right now. It could end up changing, but I kind of went back on what I said earlier about not posting one until Friday, but I just kind of said, fuck it. I made one anyway. So I'll just go through it now. If it ends up changing, I'll delete it, post a new one, and then pin that one. But this is what I have on here for now. Alright. Sunday and Monday, both at 10 a.m. Continue playing through Kingdom Hearts, which I am starting Saturday. Also on Monday at 6 p.m., I'll be back for a second stream to finally build the Lego Scout Trooper helmet that Mary got me for Christmas. I thank you again, Mary. I do love it, and I'm really, really looking forward to putting it together. Tuesday and Wednesday at 10, we'll go back to more Fruit of Grisaya, because, oh my god, I I need to get on an actual route at some point in that damn game. Holy shit, it is so long. Thursday and Friday at 10, that'll be just more Lego Jurassic World. So the first stream will be Jurassic Park 3, and then the second one will be Jurassic World, finishing the game off. At least it's story mode. And then Saturday at 10, we'll go back to Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Because I am really been putting that game off, and I could probably end it at any time, but I want to get all those cases done. Yep, so that's it for now. Let's see, what's the Twitch sphere got for me today? Is there anyone I know that is currently streaming? The answer is no. And even the recommendeds I don't really know, and they're also way too big, so that's okay. Unless someone has a last minute recommendation for a raid. If anyone has a recommendation, I am open to it. You don't even have to use your channel points to guide the raid. If not, I will just end off here for today. And I am not centered. Oh well. I also should probably close my curtains next time, so I don't have that glare coming in. It seems every time I close my curtains, someone opens them. Only person I have is like 200 viewers at the moment. Yeah, I'm not going to raid into a 200 person thing. I'm not confident enough for that. That's okay though. So yeah, I'll just end it off here then. So, thanks everyone for, watching, commenting, and lurking. I do appreciate it a lot. Thanks for contributing all of those points. We are 90% of the way there. Holy shit. Nearly there, guys. We're gonna do it. Probably in these next few weeks, we'll get it done. So, yeah, I hope everybody has themselves a great rest of their day, and I'll see you next time.